Andrew Dash here with Audioholics. Now today we're looking at the new Mondo from Grace Digital. The Mondo is a Wi-Fi music player and internet radio that's designed to go just about anywhere and bring you music from just about any source. Now Grace Digital has been making these internet radios for quite some time now, but the Mondo is at least a little bit new because it uses a faster processor and a new color LCD screen to navigate and select your music. Now, the color LCD really is just a facelift from the same software they've been using for all their Grace Digital products for years. But it does offer some nice upgrades like album art and a much improved icon-based screen for selecting what you're listening to. And what exactly can you listen to? Well, the Mondo lets you access thousands of internet radio stations, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Rhapsody. It also lets you stream music from your home computer, and there's a local button that, independent of iHeartRadio, pulled up a bunch of our city's radio stations so we could listen to both AM and FM radio without the hassle of worrying about antenna reception. Now, one thing that surprised us about the Mondo is that it actually had a decent alarm clock. You know, most internet radios, tabletop radios at least, don't make for good bedside clocks, and most bedside clocks don't make for good tabletop radios, but the Mondo is pretty good at both. It lets you store up to 5 alarms. Each alarm can be set to go off every day of the week, or on a particular day, or just on weekends or weekdays, or you name it, and it'll do it. You can also set the alarm volume independent of the Mondo's current volume. It's one of the most flexible wake-up systems we've ever used. And to disable it, you just slap the top volume button to mute the alarm or hit the power button. And there's also a separate snooze button right there on the top of the radio as well. Okay, now back to the radio itself. You can control it with the front rotary knob. And this is the best way to control it because the remote, well, the remote is absolutely a pox upon nature itself. I mean, it's the same remote that Grace Digital has been using for ages. And it's like, well, I mean, for instance, look, this is the new one. And then this is one from their old product. No, I'm sorry. Okay. This is, oh crap, whatever. They're the same. That's the problem. It's like driving a car that only goes forward and backwards, and it can't turn left or right. Let me show you what, because the Grace Digital interface, right, the remote in a nutshell, it's just nuts. If you go right, you'll mute the radio. And if you hit the left button, then you'll back out of the menu you're on. God forbid you actually move left or right on the menu itself. This also means that it takes 8 clicks to get from the top left internet radio button to the alarm button, which is actually just 2 icons below it. Because if you press down, you don't go down, you go right. Because right doesn't go right, it mutes. How much money would we have had to pay to get them to put mute and back separate? There's even space down here, but they put their logo instead. Thank goodness. Now we know who made this remote. Now the rotary knob is fast, but the downside is that the selector keeps moving when you stop. It counts the number of times, that the number of notches, so you can't just and stop. You have to, it's not precision control when you're scrolling through long lists. So if you scroll quickly, go to lunch and come back, and then maybe it'll be done scrolling. Because still, you'll pull less hair out of your head using that than using this remote, which is the new one, or the old, I don't remember. The Mondo can interact with the new Grace Remote app, which does allow you to do some things, like navigate Pandora and iHeartRadio stations. But apart from that, it doesn't allow you to navigate the Mondo menu, which is what we really need, or really control anything directly with precision. Now, you can hook up your smartphone to the Mondo, but Bluetooth streaming, AirPlay, not included, which is a bummer, especially given the price. The price! Okay, the Mondo costs $180. So you're going to have to ultimately evaluate this thing as an internet tabletop radio. And you know, the sound quality of the Mondo was actually kind of compressed. Shrill highs, no real bass. It's almost like it's tuned for the outside, but it can't play loud enough for that to work either. The 3-inch woofer didn't seem to be able to give enough balance in the lower frequencies. The 1-inch tweeter was brittle. Even when we brought down the treble using the EQ, still it wasn't great. Overall, I'd have to say that the Mondo will work best in smaller rooms, or closets, or broom cupboards. One neat feature, all right, small rooms. One neat feature is that you can feed its RCA outputs into a stereo system and turn it into a fancy head unit. But then that kind of defeats the whole purpose of a portable internet radio. Portable. The real question is whether you're going to want this product at all when you compare it to the Logitech Squeezebox radio. You got to compare the two. Now, Grace Digital does admit that that is the real competition. Now, Mondo does have 45% more LCD screen space. It sports the 802.11n network, and it has the RCA line output in addition to USB thumb drive connectivity. Those are all things that it actually has an advantage over the Squeezebox, but that's about it. The primary strength of the Squeezebox is that you can actually use it. The user interface is good, and it's an open source platform. Now look, if your focus is to get a bedside radio that doubles as a unique portable solution, or you want an internet radio as a head unit, maybe the Grace Digital Mondo is something that you'll want to look at. Okay, I'm done. If you like this video, then like us on YouTube. Don't subscribe to our channel. No, don't not subscribe to our channel. Goodness, I'm getting so confused by what this doesn't do that I'm telling you not to do what I want you to do, which is subscribe to our channel. Don't worry. I'm trying to figure this out myself. Listen, while you're trying to figure me out, also like us on Facebook.com/Audioholics, Twitter, Audioholics Live. I'm sorry. It's just, I mean, I know I blew the review, but can you just put, I mean, how hard is this?